I used to think the Cannonball Run was just a loud, silly Burt Reynolds comedy. Then I found out something strange. The movie was not really built from imagination. It came from a real illegal race across America, with real drivers, real danger, and real people trying to beat the clock on public highways. And that is only the beginning. This movie helped introduce Jackie Chan to American audiences, turned a Lamborghini into an 80s bedroom wall legend, and accidentally made blooper reels part of Hollywood history. So before you laugh at the chaos, remember this: some of it was much closer to reality than it should have been. Before the Cannonball Run became a movie, it was already a real outlaw legend. In the early 1970s, automotive journalist Brock Yates helped create a coast-to-coast race with one insane goal: drive from New York to California as fast as possible. No official track, no permits, no safety net. Just public roads, fast cars, and drivers willing to risk everything for a record. The race was named after Erwin Cannonball Baker, a real-life speed pioneer who had set transcontinental driving records decades earlier. So when the movie shows teams racing across America in ridiculous vehicles, it feels exaggerated. But the idea was not fiction. People really did attempt this, and some of the real stories were even wilder than the movie. That is what gives the Cannonball Run its strange energy. It is not just a comedy about breaking rules. It was inspired by people who actually did. One of the most unforgettable images in the movie appears right at the beginning: a black Lamborghini Countach tearing down the highway. For many viewers in 1981, this car looked like it came from another planet. Low, sharp, loud, and almost unreal. The Countach was not just a vehicle in the movie. It became a symbol of the entire era. After the Cannonball Run, that car started showing up on posters, bedroom walls, and in the dreams of young car fans everywhere. It represented everything the movie was selling: speed, rebellion, danger, and style. And the crazy part is, the car became bigger than the scene itself. For some people, they may not remember every joke in the movie, but they remember that Lamborghini. That opening helped turn the Countach into one of the defining movie cars of the 1980s. Long before Rush Hour made him a household name in America, Jackie Chan appeared in the Cannonball Run. At the time, many American audiences had no idea who he was. He was already known in Hong Kong for his fearless stunt work and physical comedy, but Hollywood had not fully figured out what to do with him yet. In the movie, Jackie plays one of the high-tech racers. His role is small, but his energy is impossible to miss. Even in limited screen time, you can already see the ingredients that would later make him famous: fast movement, playful timing, and action that feels dangerous but funny at the same time. The film did not instantly make Jackie a Hollywood superstar, but it gave American audiences an early glimpse of something different. Years later, when he finally broke through in the US, the Cannonball Run became a strange little starting point in that bigger story. Dom DeLuise's Captain Chaos is one of the most memorable parts of the movie, but the magic of that character did not come from a perfectly planned script. It came from improvisation. DeLuise and Burt Reynolds had a natural comic rhythm together. They were not just acting around each other, they were trying to make each other laugh. That is why Captain Chaos feels so unpredictable. The character suddenly appears, turns a normal scene into nonsense, and then disappears back into the madness. It works because the movie itself is already chaotic. Captain Chaos feels like the human version of the film's entire personality: loud, ridiculous, childish, and completely committed. In a more controlled movie, that kind of performance might have felt too much. But in the Cannonball Run, it fits perfectly. Because this is not a movie about discipline. It is a movie about letting the wheels come off and somehow enjoying the ride. One of the strangest casting choices in the movie is Roger Moore. Not because he feels out of place, but because he is almost playing a parody of himself. Moore appears as Seymour Goldfarb Jr., a rich man who behaves as if he is Roger Moore. He drives an Aston Martin, acts impossibly smooth, and turns his own James Bond image into a joke. That is what makes the role so strange. This was not just a celebrity cameo, it was a meta joke before meta jokes became common. Moore was taking the elegant spy persona that made him famous and bending it into something absurd. For some Bond fans, it may have felt ridiculous, but looking back, that is exactly why it works. He was not trying to be cooler than everyone else. He was letting the audience laugh at the image they already knew. And in a movie full of chaos, that kind of self-awareness made him one of the funniest surprises. Today, car chaos is often built with digital effects, but the Cannonball Run came from a different world. Director Hal Needham was a legendary stuntman before he became a director. He understood crashes, speed, timing, and physical risk from the inside. So when cars skid, flip, or fly through dust in this movie, a lot of that danger is happening for real. That gives the film a physical texture that modern comedies often do not have. The cars feel heavy, the roads feel dangerous, the mistakes feel possible. Needham did not direct the movie like a clean studio comedy. He directed it like a stuntman hosting a party. That is why the film feels loose, messy, and alive. You are not just watching actors pretend to be reckless. You are watching a production built around people who genuinely understood recklessness. One of the most important parts of the Cannonball Run happens after the movie is basically over, the end credit bloopers. At first, they seem like a small bonus, actors laughing, messing up lines, and breaking character, but audiences loved them. Instead of leaving when the credits started, people stayed. They laughed at the mistakes almost as much as the actual movie. That changed something. The blooper reel became part of the entertainment, not just leftover footage. Years later, many comedies and family films would use the same trick, keeping the audience in their seats by showing the fun that happened behind the scenes. And that fits the Cannonball Run perfectly. Because the movie was never just about plot, it was about personality. It was about stars having fun. It was about chaos that felt contagious. The bloopers proved that the madness did not stop when the scene ended. In a way, they revealed the real secret of the movie. The cast was not just performing the party, they were inside it. The Cannonball Run may not be polished, serious, or perfectly controlled, but that is exactly why it survived. It captured a very specific kind of movie magic. Fast cars, big stars, reckless stunts, and the feeling that everyone involved was having more fun than they probably should have. It was messy, it was loud, it was completely ridiculous, and somehow that became its charm. What is your favorite moment from the Cannonball Run? The Lamborghini opening, Captain Chaos, Jackie Chan, or the end credit bloopers? Drop your answer in the comments and subscribe to Cinema Unmasked for more hidden movie stories and behind the scenes secrets. Because every movie has a mask, and we are here to take it off.